Hello again, all life path number 7s. This is your September reading for 2019. If you notice behind me, I've done a banner for the channel, which is my YouTube channel and also my Facebook page. You might ask, why dice? Life is like throwing dice. You never know where they're going to land or what number is going to come up. So that's my kind of reasoning behind why I've put dice on. It's a little bit like the Forrest Gump movie, life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get. I altered it a little bit and said, life is like playing dice, you never know what you're going to get. So that's the reasoning behind the dice on, being that this is my banner now for my channels. So I'll put this down now. So what I'm going to do is I shuffled, split your deck and chosen your cards for you, or my pendulum has. These are your cards. I'm going to do a horseshoe spread, if I can speak properly. I'm going to lay the cards out. You won't be able to see the cards, but I'll pull them back up. We also, I'm sticking with the Wisdom of the Oracle card for an extra message. There goes my properly English again. Extra message card is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid, and I will read that one out of the book at the end of the main message. So we do still have an extra message card for the month. Going to pull that over a little bit, give myself some room. I'm just going to lay the cards out. And the horseshoe spread is the one I did for quite some time, where we have a card in the middle, is your overall theme, and all the cards fall off of the central card. And it's a very good one. And I can also now, doing a spread, I can pull clarifying cards. So we'll go straight to your middle card, and it's a Major Arcana card. We have 4. We thought we already had enough Major Arcana cards last month, but here we go again. The world is the end of a cycle, and this being in the middle position, things are coming to an end sort of type thing, or the end of a cycle. We're ending out a cycle. This is the lovely Archangel Michael standing in the middle, and it reads at the bottom, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. I don't know about you guys, but I've had a lot of that just recently, spiritual insight and awareness, wisdom, if you like. And I've been learning quite a few things over the last month or so. So one thing I did not mention at the beginning, I've already done a video on astrology and numerology for the month of September, so you can go back and watch that video. I've only just put it out recently, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. So there's our central card. We've come full circle. Just having a quick look down at the cards down here. Being a little bit sneaky, but yeah, I'm a life path number 7, so I was a little bit intrepid pulling these cards today. I've had a lot of things going on as well. So anyway, we've come full circle, guys, and this is our central theme. Every single card will pull off of this main card here, the World card, and it's a Major Arcana card. So we'll go straight into your past card, or our past card. I'm going to say it's the 7 of Raphael, and it says, time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. And this is my main chakra balancing card. As you can see, all those barrels there. There's some up here, there's even some here. If you're drawn to any of those colours, being that there's 7 there, yeah, and it's the 7 of Raphael, maybe we need a little bit of chakra balancing here. And this being in your past, maybe you've already decided that you need a bit of a detox, bit of clean sort of living, healthy you know, eating sort of type thing, getting back on track with things like that. I know I've just started again. And being that I live in the southern hemisphere, it's been winter, we're coming out of the end of winter. September is also, I think it's around about, don't quote me on this one, around about the middle of, no, the end of September sometime, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around that, is coming into spring for us. And in the northern hemisphere, you're coming into autumn. So, you know, this is where we need to do a little bit of maybe a spring clean, or but this one's on the inside sort of type thing. Being that this is in your past card by the time you guys get to see these videos. I'm doing them at the end of August, a little bit late this month. But yeah, maybe we need to do a little bit of a spring clean on the inside thing. What else did that say? Time to make a decision. Being clear on what you want and taking action. So be very clear on what you want in the next little while, because, you know, even pulling off of this card, you know, we're ending out a cycle, or the cycle has ended. Now we sort of need to clean up our acts, sort of type thing, I feel, with this card. But that's in your past, so by the end of August, sort of going into the beginning of September, maybe we need to do a little bit of a detox or a spring clean sort of thing on the inside. So with this card. But yeah, it's time to make that decision. But be clear on what you want and take action, is what it says on that card. Your present card is the Six of Michael, and it reads at the bottom, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. So if you can have a look at that card there. Again, there's my favourite Archangel there, Archangel Michael, standing there with a wee dog. Well, it's not wee, it's quite a large dog. Looks like a collie dog. If you can see behind him, there's storm clouds, there's, you know, lightning, thunder. The sea's a bit choppy, but he's coming out of that. You can see this clear sky over here. There's clear sky in front. So, and there's even a big jagged rock over here. He's flying straight over top of it. So no more bumps in the road, basically. But this is the light at the end of the tunnel. For a majority of us, you know, we've had to work very, very hard in the last month or two. A few things have cropped up in August, especially for myself. Although this isn't my reading, I tend to lump myself in it because I'm in the Life Path 7, but I can't read my own cards, so I'm reading it for the collective of Life Path 7s. But this is the light at the end of the tunnel. We've had to do some pretty major work, especially pulling off of this card. You know, this is the last major arcana card in the pack, or in the deck, if you like. It takes a lot of work to get to an end of a cycle, or the ending of, how did he put it? Coming full circle, basically. So this is the light at the end of the tunnel after doing all this work. Not that we have finished doing any work, you're never finished in life, and our next little bit of a challenge is working on the inside, maybe doing a bit of a detox, all that sort of type thing. But this is going to help us with all the garbage back here. This is the Six of Swords in the normal tarot deck. With the normal tarot, with the Six of Swords, it depicts 6 swords in the boat as well. These are all the things we've been through in the past months, years, whatever. And it's always a good idea to detox those as well. All the negative things that have happened, all the things we've gone through, a lot of ways I could say that. But we're into, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel and going into clearer skies here. we don't want to be taking that baggage with us. It's basically those 6 sorts of baggage that we no longer need, that we need to detox out of our system as well, or out of our thoughts. How else can I say that? So we're not basically bringing it into the future sort of type thing. We need to detox it out of our auras, or there's a lot of ways you can say that, but out of our persona, if you like. So that's a very good card to come up in the present, because it means, you know, we're sailing. It should be smooth sailing. Just looking down at the cards again, should be smooth sailing from here, as long as we're willing to carry on doing that work. You know, now we're detoxing emotions, thoughts, beliefs, things that have happened. Our future card is the 5 of Gabrielle. If you can see that card there, she's got a rather large puzzle piece in front of her. You've got the lovely Archangel Gabriel handing her bits and pieces of the puzzle. So she's basically helping her out to solve the puzzle. I'll read what it says on the bottom of the card. It says, a challenge you can resolve. Withdraw from the drama of others. Have patience with yourself and those around you. So we have the strength, basically, I'm going to say, because I can see another card on the table there that's going to help us with this. Like I said, our work is never done, sort of like thing. We're always learning, we're always achieving, we're always trying to strive for that next. What else can I learn? What puzzle can I put together now that I can sort out of my life? You know, when you put the puzzle pieces together in life, you no longer have to deal with them. And especially when you've sort of been coming out of, you know, having to deal with other situations in life, we're now on to another puzzle sort of type thing. Life Path 7s love to learn. It's one of the traits of a Life Path 7. So this is maybe a puzzle, because it's a 5, that may have been put on the back burner sort of type thing and left for the right time, the right situation, or things to develop, so you can come back to this puzzle piece and put it all back together again. It could be something to do with this situation, because this is your present card, but you're putting the last sort of puzzle pieces together. I'm going to bring up the best path to follow, which is the Empress card here. And it reads at the bottom, time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Luxurious or abundant resources, if I can get my mouth to work today. The Empress card is also, I think we got this card last month. Again, I'm going to refer back to the Empress as also being associated with pregnancies, having children, all that sort of type thing. I'm just going to pop this card down. But this might be part of the puzzle piece that you need. The Empress card is with Archangel Gabriel as well, so they're both Archangel Gabriel here. I wondered why I kept hanging on to the 5 of Gabriel here, and I couldn't. What do you mean? You know, what do you mean hang on to it? Anyway, that being your best path to follow, the Empress card, it says time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. So however creative you want to get, or the creativity that is inbred in Life Path number 7s, we've been given the puzzle pieces to finally put this to rest, I think. Definitely, you know, time to act upon your plans. This could be a plan in front of you, not a puzzle. And you're putting the plan into practice, or, you know, or acting upon the plan. So it can be another scenario with this one. That's what I heard. It's not a puzzle, it's a plan. So put the plan into effect. There's still bits and pieces of the plan missing, but I think that information will come because, you know, especially even pulling off of this world card, you know, we've come full circle. Time to act upon our plans, you know. So I can put that one down now. So just remember that one, that's your best path to follow, is time to act upon your plans. So I'm going to go now into your environments card here, and it's the 6 of Ariel. It reads at the bottom, material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. I actually quite like this card because being a Libra and a life path number 7, it depicts the Libran scales here. It is also coming into Libra season on the 23rd, is when Libras start to have their birthdays, sort of thing. So, which again refer back to my numerology and astrology video. I think there is, yeah, the Libra season starts on the 23rd, and also there is a new moon in the sign of Libra on the 28th. So something about this card, I just sort of, you know, it's got Libra written all over this card, but it's giving and receiving. If you see those, the two baskets there are full of fruit, they're even, they're balanced. So, you know, the more that you give, the more that you receive. Also comes to mind here doing a gratitude and forgiveness list here for the full moon in Pisces, which is quite a watery sign. But yeah, doing a gratitude and forgiveness list. Actually, I'm going to pull both these cards up. Balancing the chakras and doing the work on the inside. One way you can do that is with a gratitude and forgiveness list. It's probably way back now. I did a video on how to do it. You basically write out what I call a grudge list, what's happened, what are all these swords in the boat. Write it out in as much detail as you can. Whether it's a page, whether it's 2 pages, 5 pages, whatever, you get it down on paper. You then burn that sheet of paper. You then grab another piece of paper and you write a gratitude list to replace what you've just gotten rid of. Because generally when you get rid of something, you have to replace it. But replacing it with gratitude is like you get rid of the negative, you replace it with something positive. So that's how you do a gratitude and forgiveness list. So the gratitude list you don't burn, though, you keep that one. But anyway, I think this being in our environments card, like it said, material needs get fulfilled in magical ways, magical and unexpected ways, acts of kindness, giving and receiving with a grateful heart. Again, like I'm going to go back to that gratitude list. So that's a good one for this card, and that's in our environment. So our hopes and fears card is a major arcana card, but it's number 11, the strength card. And this one here is with Archangel Ariel. It reads at the bottom, strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, and forgiveness. Again, gratitude list. Grace and kindness. Strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, and forgiveness. So you've got 1, 2, 3 cards, 4 cards here, all talking about forgiveness, cleaning up our acts, sort of type thing. And to do that, sometimes the forgiveness is one of the biggest things, and the gratitude. To get rid of, like I said, the swords in the boat, don't bring them into this is the future. Leave them in the past. And leaving them in the past means leaving them in the past. Don't bring them up in an argument in the future or whatever, saying, well, you did this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, leave it, bury it, you've burnt it, it's done and dusted, and you've replaced it with gratitude and forgiveness. But you do have the strength to do this. This being in a hope and a fear, we could also refer to putting this plan into place. You know, we can do it, you can do it. You have the strength card backing you up, saying that you can do this. You've got the Empress card saying it's time to put your plan, time to act upon your plans. Then you get the strength card. I referred to this when I pulled this card up before. I referred to this card, the strength card. It is also the number 11. Google what numerology, I can't even say it. Google what number 11 means in numerology. I'll put it that way since my tongue's not working very well. And it's generally it's a master number, but it's also can be a life lesson sort of type thing. So we've had the life lessons in the last little while, and I think, you know, especially getting, again, I'm going to pull off of this card here. You know, we've come full circle now. We've learned our lessons. We've had our master lessons. We now have the strength to go out and make things happen, sort of type thing. And time to act upon our plans. You know, I can go across the road here, going across like that. First we had the Six of Michael, that is the light at the end of the tunnel. We then got the World card in the centre, coming full circle. Very happy ending, coming full circle. Spiritual growth and insight. And then we get the Strength card. So maybe it's even we've built up a lot of strength, you know, where we can stand our ground, we can stand up for what we believe in, we can, there's a lot of scenarios I could say with this card, but we have this strength sort of type thing. I hope that made sense, sort of thing. I'm going to go to your final outcome card here, and it's another major arcana card, and it's the Wheel of Fortune. So we have some quite powerful cards here. The Empress, the World, the Strength card. I'm referring to the major arcana cards here, and this one here is also a 10, which goes nicely with the end of the cycle here. 10s are always ends of cycles. With the Wheel of Fortune here, I'll read what it says. New beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. So we've come full circle here. It's the end of a cycle. Then we get our new beginning with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's not an ace, but it's the end of a cycle. Basically, we're ending the cycle out. We're ending quite a lot of cycles out from what I can see with these cards. But this one says, new beginnings, end of delays, yippee, a change in direction that offers happiness. So no more delays. Usually when this card comes up, I generally say the wheel's got a little bit more to turn, and it's turning in the person's favour. So but this card here, what jumped out at me is end of delays. No more delays. What we want is here right now in September. Especially because, okay, I'm even going to take myself into account here, being that it is my birthday month. Any Libras out there, this one message is for you as well. End of delays, we're ending out the cycle. We've got a new birthday month coming up, whether it's in September or whether it's October, but no more there. Okay, we've got no more delays, end of delays. Sorry about that, guys. It's been a long week. New beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. So I'm still going to pull read the cards. I'm just going to pull one more clarifying card on the Wheel of Fortune, please. And that's a 10. Our card we got was the 10 of Gabriel. So this is my Cinderella card, and I think it's very fitting. No more being the Cinderella act, you know, time to move on into a new phase. Sorry, excuse me. I'll read what it says at the bottom. So it's the 10 of Gabriel. It says, ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load, working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. End of a cycle, guys. It's a 10. That's a 10. You've got the World card here as well, in coming full circle. No more being the Cinderella. No more having to work umpteen dozen hours to make ends meet. I could put this a million ways. No more having to people please others. If you know the Cinderella story, if you have a look at that card, I'll put that one down. That to me looks like the Cinderella story. You know, she's doing all the cooking, the cleaning, and the scrubbing the floors, and looking after everybody, and basically the only one she ends up pleasing is them and not herself. She's the one at the end of the day that falls into bed and she's tired and you know, not hungry because she's too tired, all that sort of type thing, but she's taking care of all those people to the detriment of herself. So this is at an end. So that's a brilliant card to pull as the final card. So I'm going to leave that reading there because it's actually a really good reading. Thank goodness. Right, I'm going to put these on and I'm going to see what our wisdom of the Oracle card is. And it's breathe, but it was in reversed, and it's number 29. I'm going to read this one out of the book. So the essential meaning for this card, and this is reversed, usually it's up like that. This one is reversed. The essential meaning is patience, waiting, growing slowly, wellness, meditation, and trust. When these cards come up reversed, there's a special message for them, and it's called the protection message. And it says, inertia, laziness, and apathy are not signs of, apathy are signs not of slowing down, but of decay and lifelessness. Wake up and do something to shake this off. Go outside for some air. A walk in nature will remind you that all of life is ensouled and magical. Get some exercise, move out of your head and get into your body and breathe in deeply. Each breath is precious. And as I was reading that, I'm going to go back to the chakra card here. I feel it has something to do with this chakra card, that we need to do some rebalancing, some work on the inside, some spring cleaning on the inside, I'm going to say. Get outside, get into nature, do some walking, get our fitness back up, eat clean, healthy foods, all this sort of type thing. This is what I think this extra card message is all about, is this card here. So as it said in the book, a walk in nature will remind you that all of life is ensouled and magical. Get some exercise, move out of your head and get into your body and breathe in deeply. Each breath is precious. So I'm going to leave you guys with that message. I don't even think I need to say, you know, I'm available for personal readings, because this reading here was an amazing reading for Life Path 7. So I will love and leave you. Like I said, if you want to book a reading anyway, you know how to find me. So love and light all, and we'll talk again also.